1. A counselor is designing an adult learning program. What principles should guide their approach to ensure engagement and retention? A. Focus on rote memorization. B. Emphasize learner-centered experiences. C. Use instructor dominance in decision making. D. Limit feedback to post-assessment only. 2. When evaluating the effectiveness of a counseling curriculum, what is the most valid measure of success? A. Student satisfaction surveys alone. B. Improvement in learner self-awareness and skills application. C. Number of sessions attended. D. Duration of classroom hours. 3. In mentoring, what is the most crucial factor that ensures ethical boundaries are maintained? Emotional closeness. B. Mutual goal setting and clear role definition. C. Shared personal experiences. D. Regular informal meetings. 4. Which of the following best reflects adult learning readiness in counseling education? A. Desire to avoid complex discussions. B. Focus on external rewards. C. Motivation linked to life experiences and problem solving. D. Preference for passive instruction. 5. When a counselor incorporates case studies in instruction, which learning theory is most directly applied? Behaviorism. Constructivism. C. Classical conditioning. D. 6. What is the most effective method of assessing counseling skill acquisition? A. Multiple choice tests. B. Peer evaluation and reflective journaling. C. Attendance tracking. D. Group discussion participation. 7. Which regulatory body oversees ethical practice standards for Canadian Certified Counsellors? A. Canadian Psychological Association. B. Canadian Counselling and Psychotherapy Association. C. Health Canada. D. National Board for Certified Counsellors. 8. In curriculum development, which component ensures alignment between goals, instruction, and evaluation? A. Course syllabus. B. Learning outcomes. C. Session duration. D. Attendance policy. 9. What type of communication skill is essential for building trust in a counseling session? A. Persuasive speech. B. Reflective listening. C. Directive questioning. Technical jargon. 10. During performance evaluation, a counselor trainee receives vague feedback. What principle is being neglected? Confidentiality. B. Specific and measurable feedback. C. Emotional support. D. Cultural awareness. 11. Which statement best illustrates cultural competence in counseling practice? A. Applying the same strategies to all clients for fairness. B. Acknowledging and adapting to diverse cultural perspectives. C. Avoiding discussion of cultural issues. D. Relying on textbook cultural definitions. 12. When designing an evaluation rubric, what element ensures fairness in grading counseling performance? A. Subjective interpretation. B. Clear performance indicators and descriptors. C. Personal bias inclusion. D. Unstructured observations. 13. A counselor mentor uses probing questions to help a mentee reflect on challenges. Which adult learning principle is applied? A. Reinforcement. B. Self-directed reflection. C. Passive observation. D. Instructor dominance. 14. Which ethical issue arises when a mentor offers therapy-like guidance to a mentee? Confidentiality. B. Dual relationship. Competency. Autonomy. 15. Which counseling theory emphasizes unconditional positive regard and authenticity? A. Cognitive behavioral therapy. B. Solution-focused therapy. C. Person-centered therapy. Analysis. 16. What assessment tool best evaluates a trainee's interpersonal communication during counseling? A. Written test. B. Role-play simulation. C. Lecture attendance. D. Reading comprehension quiz. 17. What is a key ethical responsibility in supervision? A. Ignoring supervisee errors for confidence building. B. Documenting performance and providing corrective feedback. C. Offering advice without record keeping. D. Maintaining friendship outside professional boundaries. 18. What is the first step in developing an evidence-based counseling curriculum? A. Selecting textbooks. B. Conducting a needs assessment. C. Scheduling sessions. D. Creating assessments. 19. When mentoring, which approach promotes mentee empowerment? A. Giving prescriptive advice. B. Encouraging self-reflection and decision-making. C. Sharing personal biases. D. Setting goals unilaterally. 20. What is the most effective feedback method for adult learners? A. Immediate, specific, and constructive feedback. B. End-of-course general summary. Peer gossip. D. Numerical grades only. 21. Which type of evaluation focuses on program improvement during implementation? Summative. B. Agnostic. C. Predictive. 22. A counselor uses Kolb's experiential learning cycle. What is the final stage? A. Concrete experience. B. Reflective observation. C. Abstract conceptualization. D. Active experimentation. 23. What communication barrier most hinders effective counseling? A. B. Active listening. C. Judgmental attitude. Paraphrasing. 24. What element should be prioritized when developing a counseling ethics module? A. Learner entertainment. B. Relevance to real-world dilemmas. C. Lengthy theory sections. Historical context. 25. A supervisor encourages a trainee to document session outcomes. This develops which competency? A. Administrative compliance. B. Record keeping and accountability. C. Marketing skills. D. 26. What is the purpose of reflective journaling in counselor education? A. Memorization. B. Emotional ventilation only. C. Critical self-assessment and growth tracking. D. Peer comparison. 27. In adult learning, what motivates learners the most? External grades. B. Practical application and relevance. C. Strict control by instructor. Competition. 28. What is the primary goal of supervision in counselor development? A. Administrative compliance. B. Enhancing professional competence and ethical awareness. C. Achieving friendship. D. Increasing work hours. 29. Which of the following is an example of formative feedback? A. Final exam grade. B. Mid-semester performance review. C. End-of-course evaluation. D. Certification test score. 30. A counseling curriculum should prioritize which component to ensure inclusivity? Cultural responsiveness. B. Theoretical uniformity. C. Competitive grading. D. Instructor authority. 31. What is a benefit of peer mentoring in counselor training? A. Encourages unhealthy competition. B. Promotes collaborative learning and feedback. C. Reduces supervisor workload only. D. Replaces formal supervision. 32. What principle ensures confidentiality in evaluation reports? A. Sharing all findings with peers. B. Using coded identifiers instead of names. C. Publishing results publicly. D. Including personal judgments. 33. What is the best way to evaluate communication skill development? A. Observation of client interactions. B. Written theory exams. C. Attendance log. D. Multiple choice quizzes. 34. Which principle underpins adult learning environments? A. Teacher dependence. B. Mutual respect between facilitator and learner. Strict control over learning pace. D. Limited learner autonomy. 35. When developing counseling outcomes, what makes them measurable? A. Use of vague verbs. B. Use of specific, observable actions. Emotional language. D. Broad statements. 36. Which regulatory document must a CCC follow to ensure ethical conduct? A. CCPA Code of Ethics. B. Federal Privacy Act only. C. A. Guidelines. Local bylaws. 37. When providing feedback, what should be prioritized? A. Criticism over solutions. B. Balancing strengths and areas for improvement. C. Avoiding emotional tone. D. Listing errors only. 38. A trainee resists feedback. Which communication approach should the supervisor use? A. Direct confrontation. B. Empathetic dialogue and motivational interviewing. C. Ignoring the issue. D. Public criticism. 39. What assessment ensures knowledge retention in adult learners? A. Application-based performance tasks. B. True-false quizzes. Attendance. Essay memorization. 40. A supervisor models ethical behavior. What learning principle is this? A. Cognitive dissonance. B. Social learning. C. Operant conditioning. D. Behavior extinction. 41. What factor strengthens mentorship effectiveness? A. Consistent meetings and follow-up. Sporadic informal chats. C. Mentor-centered control. D. Avoiding feedback